So when you are not grounded, you will tend to just be going throughout life, going around and about, and you're actually collecting energy from people. And we don't feel it because it's invisible. It's clear. It looks like clarity, but it's not. So there is such a thing as clear energy, and that is one that people have the most. When looking at it with an active third eye, it presents itself in different colors, and these colors show up that are emitted or that resonates at a certain frequency, so that's the color. Just like how a television works, if you've ever really looked at how television works, it's really only like a few colors that they use to make all of the pictures and everything. So when a frequency comes into your space and your third eye is shut off, it's clear. And it if you already have existing points where either a picture has been put there, a certain frequency has been put there, then whenever that frequency becomes present, you tend to act a certain way. And this is what is talked of or called being programmed. So through colors that are certain frequencies, that's how people run their life. And because all of these frequencies and colors are actually clear, they don't think that anything is bothering them or that anything is really there. And there's actually more there than you realize. When a person comes in for healing, I sit down and I have a conversation with them. During this conversation with them, I'm like, I have my third eye open and I'm looking and but what I'm doing is I'm reading the colors. I'm looking at the energy of what they're saying. And if you really want to get down to what's going on with the coronavirus, there's a plethora of things going on that it's pretty interesting, because for one, people do not really understand how their body works and how their body, I'll just leave it at that, how their body works. Because if you know that you need water, if you know that you need to regularly cleanse the inside of your body out and let your body do its natural thing, our bodies are distillers. They know how to distill whatever comes in. If you're giving it something hard to distill, something really solid like certain foods out there, then if you don't regularly clean your body out, of course you are highly susceptible to getting any and everything that is out there. It doesn't even have to be the current virus that's being put out there. A lot of times, if you have not been regularly cleaning your body, like, of course you're going to have some fear about what is out there. You're going to feel that fear program that they like to activate now and then. So knowing your body and how it actually functions, how to actually cleanse your body out, how to actually just drink water for an extended period of time to let your body reset itself, so that you have a higher chance of deflecting that kind of stuff with ease, instead of going into a panic, instead of doing a lot of unnecessary things that I'm seeing people do. And when I say drink water, I'm talking about water that is not just straight from the store either. Like, the water has been purified, it's been cleaned, and it's been programmed to be a healthy type of elixir, not just, the plastic bottle that with the fancy writing saying that it's an alkaline water, or it's this kind of water. Because truthfully, guys, we don't know what they're putting in the water either. It's clear. So, like I was just saying, how things that are clear can have underlining frequencies that are actually colors, then, you know, that's where the fear picture can come in and have people in mass hysteria and acting funny towards each other because there's a supposed new virus. There's so many viruses out there, with the education of what viruses are. If you've ever taken any science class, really, you should have learned that, how that goes. Now, if you studied even further as far as like biology and things like that, then like, how, like, in those classes they tell you how cells work, how viruses work, and what are some necessary components to having healthy cells. If you have not taken that kind of class, then I'm going to do the best I can to explain it so that you would understand what's going on. Okay? Now, a healthy cell, it's balanced. I'm going to put it that way. A healthy cell is balanced. And when that healthy cell is not balanced because of its environment, then a virus can come in and inject whatever it has in its DNA into your cell, and that's how it begins. Now, if your cells are healthy, if all of your systems are flowing smoothly, just like the freeway, who loves traffic on the freeway during I'm seeing it at all times of the day now. I'm not even seeing it just at certain times of the day. Like, it's always some traffic. So our bodies are the same way. So if you do not drink enough water, your systems cannot effectively push around the fluid in your body. If you don't exercise, that's an even higher chance, okay? So looking at it from a micro view, which is actually thinking about your cells. Your cells, in order for them to have a fighting chance, need to be flowing, and your body needs to be regularly getting rid of, removing stuff that is stagnant. Okay? Now, if your flow of fluids in your body has become stagnant, you will know this. You will likely have some above weight for your height, you will tend to not drink much water. Just water. I'm not counting fluids because you can get fluids anywhere. Fluids are in the form of soda, fluids are in the form of juice, and other types of supplements. But what about just straight water? Now, you don't need to be all extreme and doing like super long water fasts or cleanses, whatever wording you like to utilize. Just drinking at least, guys, a gallon of water. Every human adult, adept, larger person needs to drink at least a gallon of water. Now, if you barely drink a half a cup of water a day, or even say if you drink 8 ounces, look at that 8 ounce and then look at your body. Like, do you really think that 8 ounces is going to help the vibration of your body, your natural vibration of your body, to push and get things flowing? A lot of times that's not the case, okay? Unless you are already pretty hydrated, then you can like maybe, I mean, even then, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to keep staying hydrated, but you know, there are those days where you can do a bit of a dry fast and get by on 8 ounces, but that's because your body is like, the fluids are flowing, okay? I say this because with high blood pressure that I have overcome and I've removed from my, health history, is the fact of drinking water. When we don't drink enough water, our fluids become thick in our body. That thick fluid has a hard time really flowing. So water is going to be at the top of the list. And right behind that is movement, or what a lot of people like to call exercise. So we have to regularly move our body in ways that we don't normally do it. Now, our normal movement, our body is used to that, but we have to give it our bodies like resistance. So we have to give it other movements for it to flow properly, get things flowing properly. So as I'm healing myself, just simple walking helps. Walking without assistance. I don't know where or when the whole idea of when you get old, you have to act old, like you're old. Like, that needs to be removed and destroyed, because there is no old. We are only aged. We only age. But there is nothing that, like, that word should not be in the vocabulary. Because, I mean, when when sorry guys, there was a kid that just jumped, like, drove in the middle of the street with his bike, like, not even caring. And everyone's like super stopping. But anyway, like I was saying, moving our bodies, you know, and really just exercising those things off of you. like that's where the word exorcism comes from, and a lot of people have fear or that weird ass picture when it comes to that word exorcism, but that's the same word as exercise. It's the same word. And so that's what exercise is. You're exercising things off of you. Now, there's a lot of people that might be like, well, if you do a bunch of working out, like everybody has their point of view. That's why I said just walking. Like, I'm not suggesting like some bodybuilding, CrossFit um, type of activity. Now, if that's what you want to do, that's up to you. But I'm just saying like movement other than like what you regularly do, especially for those that are injured, because it can get very 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 easy to stay at home and not do much. um so doing that for yourself. Yeah, I just wanted to make a little talk about, some of the current events. Honestly, I've just been keeping it moving. Like, I'm not letting the news's fear program, affect me. I see it affecting those around me because where they're at, it's like um certain like like I wouldn't say the government, but it's just like there's different things. So there's, schools closing down and stuff like that, which I understand. People have that natural thing, but that's what I was saying. People don't know really about their body and stuff like that. And uh but I'm just saying, people, like, think about increasing your water. Think about not the fear of what's going on, but just the awareness that needs to happen in your life. Because if you were already, you know, doing some type of energy work, it can be exercise, but there's other energy work where you have a lot of that invisible stuff. You know, a therapist can help remove a lot of that stuff and help with increasing the your immune system. Okay, because if you have like that, like if your immune system has some holes in it, then stuff that just gets presented is easily like can easily get in. Okay, a lot of people have auras that are like split wide open, and there's a bunch of stuff just like stuck in there from other people and things like that. And that affects your immune system as well. So, like, if your immune system, if you have a condition, or if you have an underlying condition, then you're that just becomes more pronounced. Okay. But like I said, I'm not gonna make this video super long. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. I'll check you guys out on the next one. Peace.